Mr. Clerk, if you can do the roll call.
Chairman Leahy,
Present.
Counsel Leary,
Here.
Counsel Rock.
Here.
3 present.
Hello, we're here to Public Safety Subcommittee meeting. We have a couple of motions on the docket. One by Council Rock. City Council requests City Manager bring Superintendent Taylor and UMass Lowell Chief Randy Brashears, okay, before the council to speak of the partnership between the city and the university. Second motion is basically the same. City Council requests manager facilitate a meeting between LPD and UML Police to discuss safety issues and collaborative projects between both groups. So why don't we start the meeting? I'll have Lowell Police Chief start the meeting and go from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor and members of the subcommittee. It's great to be here this evening, especially with my brother, the UMass Lowell Chief Brashears. As you can imagine, occupying the same city and doing law enforcement function in this community, the University Police Department and the Lowell Police Department on a daily basis collaborate together. We work together and share essentially the same role in this community. We have concurrent jurisdiction in this city with the Sheriff's Department. The university, and certainly Chief Brashears can expand on this, but in addition to their authority on university property, they also have the ability to exercise law enforcement or police functions throughout the whole city as a sworn member of the Middlesex County Sheriff's Department. And that was accomplished several years ago at the request of both the Lowell Police Department, the university, and certainly members of the City Council to make sure that we could enact, that they could assist us throughout the city. And so they very much have very similar authority that we do throughout the whole city of Lowell. As a result of that, we have come to rely on each other on a daily basis between us backing up the University Police Department and very much they back us up on a everyday basis. And to highlight that, just recently we had an incident last weekend where all of our resources were consumed in the early morning hours in the downtown area for a couple of different disturbances that happened to occur at approximately the same time. So we had to call on the university police to come in to assist us with some of the disturbances downtown and assist us in taking calls in other locations throughout the city while we were occupied. And that's just an example. That just highlights the level of cooperation and collaboration that we have on an everyday basis. So we very much consider them to be our partners in the city, and we work very well together. I've also highlighted, as you can see in the document that we've supplied, some other areas of specific areas that we collaborate together. One of them is training, and I think that our two departments train together because, as we know, you're going to train together is how you're going to act in a crisis situation. So we run the Lowell Police Academy. We currently using both Middlesex Community College for the academic portion, and we use the University of Lowell for some of the defensive tactics and the physical training over at the Songus Arena. So we still are using that. We're trying to transition to another potential location up at the Colley Stadium, but that certainly is a ways off. But the university very much partners with us on that, and they supply both some trainers specific to like defensive tactics and things like that, as well as the venue. So currently we have a 60-person recruit class at that police academy training that just started on May 23rd. 3 of the members of that recruit class are UMass Lowell student officers that will eventually come on. So they train together along with our officers right from the very beginning. And that curriculum is very much indoctrinated with community policing, problem solving, as well as traditional law enforcement training that is required. And I've just mentioned in that training class, we have 16 student officers from the Lowell Police Department that are in that training, along with 3 from UMass Lowell officers, and then officers from other departments all over Eastern Massachusetts that we bring in and we train. In addition to that, we also do in-service training. The Lowell Police Department, I'm very proud to say that we actually run a in-service training academy for many police officers in Eastern Massachusetts and the greater Lowell area. The Lowell Police Department runs it from our training facility, and UMass Lowell attends that in-service training also. So again, that's a point of collaboration. We train together on our yearly in-service training. Every police officer in the Commonwealth has to attend a minimum of 40 hours of in-service training. Much of it is accomplished through that training facility on Middlesex Street. In addition to that, recently we just did some in-service active shooter training, and we did it at Lowell High School during both February and April school vacation week. Certainly a very timely topic in light of some of the incidents that have occurred in this country and other places, San Bernardino, and certainly the most timely one is the incredibly tragic events that happened in Orlando this past weekend. So we do active shooter training, which we teach officers to come in and aggressively, proactively, and quickly training, get up into small teams and enter into an active shooter location and encounter the threat and neutralize that threat to try and save lives. The concept behind that is to take whatever police officers you can find. So we did this active shooter training with the university police, our police, and actually we brought some officers in from Drake too to participate in that, because in a critical situation with that, like that would entail an active shooter situation, you're going to try and grab 4, 5, 6 officers from wherever you can get them from and just go in and try and neutralize that threat. So we also did that together. A second point is communications. And so as you can see, as I previously discussed, we operate in a mutual aid capacity day in and day out in the city that we share together. As part of that, we have 2 dispatch channels in the city. Most recently, out of security for our officers and an officer safety perspective, we've taken one of those channels and encrypted it so that the criminal element in the city cannot hear our sensitive tactical communications when we're responding to things like active shooter situations and things like that. So we have that ability now to go to an encrypted channel out of necessity. We have shared that encrypted capability with the University Police Department so that they can talk to us and hear our communications from a tactical perspective when they need to. So I think that very much is another point of collaboration. Another, from a communications perspective, they attend our bi-weekly ComStat meeting where we go over crime data and problem solvings in the city, where we try and strategize to, find locations that need special attention or special problem-solving techniques. The university participates with that crime analysis and ComStat meeting every single time they're there. They've been there historically now for several years. They bring their data, they look at our data, so that's very much a point of collaboration. Usually there's a deputy chief and their lieutenant in charge of their investigative services attends those meetings on a bi-weekly basis. And I think that shows the level of cooperation and collaboration that we have. I'm going to turn it over now to Chief Brashears. He's going to talk about some of the special initiatives that we undertake together, I think that are very good and I'm very proud of.
Good evening. Several years ago, you may remember, we had a growing problem with some students who were being assaulted off campus, areas where they live, where they frequent party at night. And so to address that, we actually just when Taylor became chief, we met and talked about an initiative to do joint patrols. So our officers would come together either on foot or on bike or in a car and patrol those areas, particularly just off campus where the students live and frequent. And we have seen remarkable results in a pushing away of a criminal element, whereas I don't recall probably in over a year a student has been robbed off campus anywhere. And so that's been and just a matter of making them feel more comfortable as they travel on and off campus. So that has been a big help to us as well. I know Lowell officers also have a underage alcohol enforcement grant that they use to help us to, particularly in the beginning of the school year when you figure a quarter of our population are away from home for the first time and are adjusting to life as an adult, and sometimes they need a little guidance with that. And so that's been helpful every year to just kind of set the tone for the rest of the school year. We started a program, I guess, about a year ago called Coffee with a Cop. It's a national program where we partner with Lowell PD and the National Park Service to invite the public to come and meet us in a relaxed, informal atmosphere. And we serve them coffee for free, and they'll come up and talk about whatever crime issues or concerns that they may have. And so that has been got very good feedback from that. We've moved it to different locations, so different people in different times so have access to it. So people come into work or students come into class or community members come in and talk to the officers. Oftentimes the captain from Lowell PD will be there, and just to converse with the community. And it's been a good crime prevention and community relations program. And finally, I have here the home visitation follow-ups. That's where if there is a party off campus and a citizen does call the police, obviously that call will go to Lowell for a loud party of students. A report is written and forwarded to us, and then our community relations officers will go pay a visit the next day and find out who lives there and who was there, and oftentimes we'll even talk to the neighbors and let the students know that you have to be good neighbors, number one, and number two, your conduct off campus is still subject to the student conduct code, and that report will be forwarded. And we've had very few repeat calls to the same address. So that's been very successful in lowering the complaints, and I think the citizens of Pawtuckaville will attest to that. So it's a great working relationship. If I can circle back 1 minute to jurisdiction, I know my counterparts in other universities across Massachusetts are very envious of our relationship in terms of concurrent jurisdiction. A lot of them want it, but for whatever political reasons, it's just not there. So we are fortunate to have this good working relationship, and I appreciate all that Lowell does for us day in and day out.
So, in summary, Counselor, I think that from a police perspective, we very much, I think collectively, the chief and I understand that our fortunes are tied together in the city, the university, and the city police department, and we have come to rely on each other appropriately, and I think it's fostered an extremely valuable relationship between the two departments, and we work essentially hand in glove with each other on a daily basis, and we're about as close to one department as you could get, occupying the same territory. So I think it's a very productive and good relationship.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chief, yeah, I echo those comments. You know, this all started back when we had the Pawtuckaville Citizens Council Neighborhood Services meeting, where you and the chief attended and spoke to the citizens of Pawtuckaville, and they did speak very highly of both Lowell PD and UMass Lowell Police and how they work together and how crime has basically drifted away from the campus areas on both sides, South End and North Campus. So that really is a credit. You know, I've talked to multiple Lowell police officers that are very happy with the fact that if need be, UMass Lowell Police are right there to help them with calls and whatnot. So that's also a credit as well. Just a couple of questions for Chief Brashears, if I could. Does the university have their own dispatch?
Yes, we do.
So, Chief, is it both ways where you can hear the Lowell Police and Chief, you can hear the UMass Lowell dispatch
Yes.
Yes.
at the same time?
Yes.
So what would, I guess, prompt the university to assist the Lowell officer, whether it's Fletcher Street or, next to North Campus, Riverside, or, New York, those areas there?
So normally, our dispatch will get a call directly from a Lowell dispatch. And also by monitoring, we hear the Lowell officer ask his dispatch to invite us over to a scene, so we can kind of start moving already because we hear that communication.
Terrific. And the only other question I had was, when there's an overdose at the university, whether it's in a dorm or in a facility that's a frat house or an off-campus housing, is that recorded at the university? And I know the city of Lowell has a program where someone goes out to talk to the person after the fact of for treatment or for help. Does the university partake in that program, or do you have something that the university has on their own that takes care of something like that?
Well, First, fortunately, my 6 years now, it's only happened once that we've had an overdose death, if that's what you're referring to. Of course, the death investigation itself is of the jurisdiction of the DA's office and their state police team. But if the person doesn't die, then we would handle it ourselves. But even that, I can't think of but one other actual overdose, non-fatal. So we're very fortunate, very, very few of those on campus.
That's great news. All right, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. We're joined by Councilor Mercier, Councilor Milanazzo. Any questions? Councilor Belanger? No, nothing? Okay. It sounds like we have a great working relationship here. Throughout the years, we've been asking that we both partner up and assist each other. The UMass Lowell campus has grown as the population has grown, and it's good to see that you're, working in collaboration and training and going throughout the neighborhoods, especially the neighborhoods where the kids are living now. That seems to be expanding too. Seems like the houses are getting fixed up and they're in better shape and more students are moving into the neighborhoods again. So I'm sure there's some headaches with that, but, with growth, you got to take the good and the bad. So, and it's mostly all good, so that's good. It's good for the neighbors to get the properties fixed up and have new life in the neighborhood, so.
I will say, Counselor, is with any relationship, there's some issues that pop up, some trying times, and we've been very proactive, both the chief and I. Whenever there's an issue, whether it's a issue, internally, or if there's an issue, a location off campus or on campus, we're on the phone with each other. We had a conversation at 8 o'clock Sunday morning this weekend. So that's the type of cooperation that we both give each other, and it works very well.
Yeah, thank you. And I've attended a couple of the Coffee with a Cop. I think that was a great idea. I don't know who really wants to take credit for that one, but that's a good idea. And they're well attended.
Yes,
So,
they are.
Yeah, so, all right, well, we appreciate it. This is good. It's good information to get out to the public, and appreciate both your efforts in the community.
Well, thanks for having us.
Councilor Samaras just came in. Would you have any questions? Okay. All right, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Make a motion to,
Motion to adjourn?
yep. Second. Thank you. All in favor?